Hello. So how many dogs do we have here?
5 today. 5, 7.
So these are all three are our dogs. And mom and dad dog had puppies. We gave them to family members. Part of the rules of giving these puppies was on Sundays, on church days, when everybody goes to church, they have to drop off their dog here and we babysit while everybody's at church. So mom and dad gets to visit with their puppies, which they're adults now.
Look at them playing tug of war. Oh.
Cocker Spaniels. Okay, so here we go. Today's day what? Today's Sunday?
I think the 12th, maybe? I don't know.
No, not the date. How many days out?
Oh, you are 7, 8, 9 days.
9 days out from surgery. You can sit right there if you want.
There you go.
Whew. This is weird. I usually don't have it this way, but can you see me there? So it's 9 days out from surgery. Feeling good today. I'll do a little recap. So 6 months ago, I started the process of getting approved by my insurance, and that process was 6 months of seeing a nutritionist once a month, and it still didn't even register. It was just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna.
And what else besides the dietitian?
I don't know.
Psychiatrist?
Psychiatrist.
You got to see the psychiatrist to make sure you're mentally fit for it.
That was like just one day, right?
Yeah,
One
but that was part of the requirements.
and then
one visit.
Heart appointment,
Cardiologist,
which they did X-rays or pictures of that.
EKG,
That came out fine.
and abdominal ultrasound to check your organs.
We did that. So there was a lot of little stuff within the 6 months I had to do. But I don't want to explain it. It's like when everybody plans a camping. Let's go camping as a family. It doesn't get real until you start packing. And for me, it was just like, oh, there's this surgery they can get approved for, and it's going to solve this, and that. And it didn't really like register until I went in for my last dietitian appointment, and they gave me a date, and I think it was 3 weeks away.
Yeah, but
Because I had 1 week of eating whatever I wanted to eat still, and then I had to go on a liquid diet. So that 1 week, I ate what I wanted to eat, but I figured out something yesterday what I didn't eat, and that was a gyro sandwich.
really, that was on the list.
Yeah, that was on the list, and I just didn't eat it. And I was on Ozempic, so if I would have went to have that gyro, I still probably would have had just half of it with fries or whatever it came with. So I couldn't fully eat anyways. But
Do you feel like you had a missed opportunity?
well, yeah. So I had a missed opportunity and the amount of eating. And then, well, that wasn't too bad. And then the 2 week liquid diet. The first 3 days was the toughest. It was huge, like mental. It wasn't tough on food. It was just a mental toughness.
What was included in your liquid diet?
It was those shakes. What are they called?
Protein
Premier
shakes?
shakes from Costco. Had oatmeal. I can drink liquids, soups, clear soups. Not chunky soups, just clear soup. Just
So chicken broth, oatmeal liquidy, protein shakes, Jello.
Go ahead. I'm gonna start
Cream of
clipping.
wheat, but you didn't really like that.
So the first 3 days was just mentally tough. It was just, of course your brain wants to be like, where's your regular food? Where's your, what are we gonna eat? So it was mentally tough. I got through it. I want to say on the 4th day, I was okay with it. I was finally like, okay, cool. We're gonna get through this. I wasn't even thinking about it at that point. I lost, how many pounds did I lose during that time, Teresa? Like 6 pounds?
No, I thought it was more like 9.
No, I can't be that much. Well, I did lose weight. People noticed right away, even before I had the surgery, just because of the liquid diet. Surgery date came along. That was on a Friday. Friday, we got a hotel in Coronado. Coronado was, it's about an hour, maybe an hour, 15 minutes away. So we decided to get a hotel the night before so we can be really close and not have
Well,
to.
what time? We had to be there at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we didn't have to wake up early here and drive all the way over there. And if you guys know, Coronado is expensive, but Teresa found some pretty good deals over there. The day of, well, let's talk about Friday. Friday was pretty fun. I went out there. My son took us out there, drove us over there, so we didn't have to drive. We went to go get something to eat with them. They ate. I was still on my liquids, which was fine. They enjoyed some beautiful made hamburgers, aesthetically beautiful. And Isaac hung out for a while. And then me and Teresa hung out that night, went to sleep, and boom. It was 3 in the morning already. We woke up, went to the hospital, and got checked in. So the check-in process is pretty long. Doctor didn't even get there till
7:30.
7:30, yeah. So 4 to 7 was pretty long time. But I think I wasn't sitting there doing nothing. They were constantly doing something. Whether checking for something or checking
Well,
me.
you were having high blood pressure.
I was?
But I think it's because you were nervous. It was 140/90, so that's high for you.
Yeah, that kept on saying
And
that
then your
too.
EKG came out abnormal a bunch of times.
Oh, but that was because the lady.
That was tech error.
Yeah, she was having issues. They had to bring the main nurse in, and she fixed it, and they got true readings. That's when I really got nervous. I'm like, wait a minute,
Switch from gastric surgery to heart surgery.
Well, yeah, if I'm having issues, dude, to this stuff, I kind of wanted to pause. I kind of was nervous at that point because they were having issues. Although there was no issues, they were having issues trying to get the right reading.
But I told you, I looked at it right away. I could tell she had them
Yeah.
in the wrong spot. It was tech error for sure.
So if you guys don't know, my wife comes from the medical field, so she understands a lot in what's going on back there. I gotta show this one off.
Damn.
Sometimes they look like grapes.
That's pretty.
So doctor comes in around 7:30. Oh, by the way, I hadn't eaten or drank anything since 7 the night before. So of course they want your bladder and your stomach to be empty.
For 12 hours.
There's big clumps of oh man. Where was I?
12-hour fast.
What's that?
You're talking about your 12-hour fast.
Yeah, and that wasn't that bad. I mean, like I said, once I passed the first initial 3 days of fasting, everything else was
Would
just.
you say it's more mental than physical hunger at that point?
I'm gonna say you have to have both. I think you feel stuff in your stomach, moving or gargling or, not hunger pains where it hurts. I mean, you're gonna feel that naturally, but it's more of a mental game.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as if you're on a regular diet. You're not going to surgery. It's a mental thing. You already had lunch at 12 and it's 2-3 o'clock and you got the munchies. It's a mental thing.
I think that's what you struggle with more, even as of today, the mental side of it, that you've had to say goodbye to some favorite foods.
Well, I haven't even started having foods today, so relax there.
You're planning on how to eat a hamburger and a quesadilla and some truth on eggs.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So, and let me correct her there too. I'm planning how to balance. Because I see a lot of people that went through the surgery. I personally know people that with their surgery, and I see where they're doing bad. My plan is to really eat healthy Monday through Friday. And I don't want to say eat unhealthy on the weekend. You got to remember, I'm not going to be able to fit a whole fucking hamburger in my stomach. But, on the weekends, have my protein breakfast, which is eggs, some bacon, a lunch, have a maybe light sandwich, maybe take half the bread off because that's going to take a lot of space.
Yeah.
And then if I wanted a slice of pizza at night, like cool, so I want to bring reality to it, because I think this is where a lot of mistakes and where people go backwards is they deprive themselves so much that when it comes down to it, they go crazy, and they don't want to do it no more. Before you know it, they're eating whatever they want. So where are we at with the story?
Day 9. How are you feeling overall?
Oh, let's talk about the surgery. So she comes in at 7:30. Something cool kind of happened. Like they came in, did all the tests, and we waited for the doctor to come. He comes in late, and they're supposed to inject me to something about the nerves. I think it's to like numb the nerves in my stomach. So they bring all the needles in, and they're supposed to do it there. I'm not scared of it or nervous. All I know is they switched it on me. We're gonna do it in the surgery room because doctor's late and we're gonna start prepping. We're gonna do it over there. So instead of doing it there, they take me to the surgery room. It's kind of cool. And then they have me on, I think, a gurney. They take me off my bed in the room, put me on a gurney type thing, and then there's probably 4 or 5 people already in there. By the way, the Coronado surgery room was beautiful. It looked like something from 2005 50. You know,
Futuristic?
yeah, futuristic, like everything modern, clean, huge. I was just in awe when they were bringing me in there. So my eyes were all focused on that. Meanwhile, they're telling, you know, there's people ready to switch me onto the bed. They switched me to, and it didn't even feel like a bed, it felt like a board. And then on that board, they have sideboards for your arms like this. So they're trying to adjust those boards, and this all happening quick. And I just hear somebody say, before we give you anesthesia, I'm going to give you a little bit of oxygen so you can relax a little bit. And it felt like they just threw it. They threw it because I didn't see it. They didn't place it on my face or anything. I just felt it land sideways right here, like boom, like this. And then she's all, just think of something nice. They're messing with my my arms like this. Boom, I'm gone. Like I start waking up 3.5 hours later.
Well, what did you think about? That was nice.
Oh, I thought about my grandson when she said that. First, it was a white girl, blonde in a bikini.
You're stupid.
No, but when she said that, I started thinking about grandson. And then it was over. It was done with. It was a good trick she did. Like I'm telling you, the mask was like sideways. I thought it was really oxygen. And I woke up to them, you know, Victor, it's all over. Everything turned out good, blah, blah, blah. And I can't even remember the voices. All I know is I wasn't feeling pain or anything. All I know is like I just wanted to be in a fetal position, and they allowed me. They let me go sideways like this while they, you know, transfer. I think I was already in the room when all that happened. They let me do that. Tons of sleeping.
Yeah.
I think Teresa says 4 to 6 nurses were in and out from schedule transfers. What is that called? Like
Changing rotations.
yeah, the nurse rotations. And right there at Coronado, they're super nice, like super nice. And I hear that all the time from different hospitals and people. Like they must be trained on customer service.
They
like
have good bedside manners. That's important.
And I felt really good with every single one. And I have to say this, Coronado, you got to learn how to chew gum. Out of the 6 nurses, I got to say it, Teresa, 3 of them had bad breath. 3 of them had bad breath.
So you decided to call your friend whose wife's a nurse to tell her to chew gum?
Yeah, well, she already chews gum. But yeah, it was a really good experience there. Let me see here. I got this big old clump right here.
So I hear your wife was by your side the entire time. That was nice. How'd that feel to have someone there the whole time?
We're not there yet. Relax. So I was there one night, right? Overnight. One day overnight, my son, the experience was great, like I said. Trying to get this big clump here. That's how they rot out. These clumps rot out faster because they got no air space in between. So you guys are into oranges or tangerines? When they're like this and they have no sunlight and they're just super close to each other, they'll start rotting out on the inside. And you'll see this little spot right here. It's not really rotted out, but you can tell it's where was I? at the hospital. Really good customer service. By the way, I do got to talk about this. Teresa had some breakfasts and lunch there at the hospital, and it's not the same before. I remember I was working. I had a detail shop that I was working for, and what is that one called? Scripps, the one with the
Sharp Mary Birch.
Sharp?
With the stork.
yeah. Go ahead, switch it. I got to sit down for a second. And I remember that was the cheapest place to eat food, and it was delicious. It was like a fresh Quiznos. I don't even want to say Starbucks. Subway. It was better. You know, the food was fresh. The food was good. I mean, if you wanted a full-on meal, you were out of there like with $4. You know, with drinks and everything.
I don't know if it's because so much time has passed or things are just more expensive today, but it was
no, but it was half the cost.
It was always cheaper than everything else around it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming, I don't get why hospitals don't think of this. It was the hospitals were bringing local people from around the area to come eat there. Because you said you used to go to the hospital eat
All
when
the
you
time.
worked in the medical field at other, like,
Pomerado and Palomar.
I mean, you didn't work in the building. You work
No.
a couple blocks away, but
Yeah.
you would leave and go work there to eat, or go over there to eat. So, and then you says at this time that they didn't even have flavor. It was almost like high school cafeteria food.
Everything looked like the same color. It was bland and it was expensive. A lunch plate was like $17.
Yeah.
That was without a drink.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, $17. You can go to McDonald's. With the drink, yeah, it'll be $20, but and it's not that McDonald's good. Hey.
Don't start chasing the chickens.
So yeah, it's just weird, the mentality. I mean, maybe they need profit for that area. Who knows? Maybe if you work there, you show your ID and you get a discount. Should ask that. You know?
Yeah, but I used to go there and not work in the hospital and still get very cheap. I don't think I was getting a discount. I think it was like the standard rate. for
Yeah.
everybody.
So cafeteria foods is way different in the hospital
Yeah,
nowadays.
don't even bother.
Um,
They don't serve soda.
no?
I mean, it was fine. I had like an iced tea, but they don't serve any sodas.
So, okay, so enough of that. So the next day comes around, I wake up, and then we get checked out later than what I thought, right?
Yeah.
Because we were waiting for the doctor for a while. I think we were out of there by 9.
No, we probably left around 10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our son came and picked us up and drove us home, and you know, with all the pain meds and everything, I felt really, really good. Like I felt like, okay, I'm ready to go to work.
That's like really your first time taking anything like that.
Yeah, I don't take like,
You don't even take Tylenol, really.
yeah, I don't really take like headache medicine. I have a high pain tolerance. You know, I can break the only thing that I break, like when it comes to bones, is my toes on my feet.
I'm
Like,
not sure your toes have any bones left.
yeah, it's all mush now. But I mean, I can have a big gash, you know, cut and blood's coming out, you know, and I'll just tape it up and go on, you know. So that says a lot for me personally, you know. For people who have pain, I mean, I couldn't. This video might not be for them. So I come home. I want to say that was Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I did a lot of sleeping.
Yeah.
Not for pain. It was just no energy. And this is where I want to say this is the most important thing where I got help at. If you're on all these meds and you're all this stuff that's going on, you're going to forget to eat because you're sleeping.
Yeah.
And this is where your significant other, which is my wife, Teresa, is going to be into play. she was making sure every 2 hours I was drinking and eating something, obeying the schedule of the doctor. And to me, there was times where I didn't even want to get out of bed to eat. Like I was like, fine. I was like, I'm not hungry. Just leave me alone. Let me rest. And that can be very dangerous, or that can, I want to say that can slow down your healing process.
Yeah.
And not just your healing
Not
process.
eating, but it's more you're having protein shakes. Like you needed to eat what was on your diet.
Yeah. But that can cause mental.
It's gonna make you weak. It's gonna cause.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it can cause issues mentally, in the sense it's like, why am I going through this? What's going on? Like, I'm super weak and I'm dizzy. And I went through that. I think
You had a couple rough days.
the first 2-3 days were fine. I think it was Sunday or Monday, which was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The second or third day, total regret. You see one of my older videos there too.
Hey, Brent.
Hey, shh. Total regret. It was just one night, like say 8, 9 o'clock when I'm resting. I'm just, my eyes, closed, and I'm just like, what did I do? Like, oh my gosh, why did I do this? Like, I was questioning myself, like almost in a depression type
Yeah, you
way.
look sad. You look sad.
And I just couldn't believe, like, I did this to myself. And if you read up about it, it happens to everybody. There's a state of mind or state of regret. So I went through that. The next day I was fine. I was totally into. The whole time I'm talking to my wife about all this stuff. So, she would tell me, there's more pros than cons, and this is what you're going to get out of it. What am I going to get out of this surgery, Chisa?
Health, life extended, energy. Besides vanity, no more diabetes. Off of 3 different medications for your diabetes. You're about to start insulin. If you didn't do this, all kinds of pros.
So the next day after, I was cool. I was my brain wasn't there anymore. Then I started taking a turn for the better energy-wise, and that was a few days ago. So that was on my 7th day.
Yeah, that's because you are able to hold down more nutrients.
Yeah. So as you get off, as you surgery day 1, you're barely able to sip, and it's not that it hurts or anything. I think it's just scared.
Well, it's swollen.
You're
It's trauma to your
scared. You're
body.
nervous. You don't want to overdo your stomach.
You got to do 4 ounces of water every hour. That's how.
And I was trying to obey everything. So 4 ounces isn't that much. But as I was able to take more intake throughout the week, I think like by Thursday I was able to drink 2 protein shakes. Friday, this is 1 week into it already, Friday to Friday. Friday, maybe 2.5, 3, plus all the vitamin waters and all that stuff. And then I'm getting off my meds slowly through the week too. So all my pain meds, I'm officially off as is what, yesterday or the day
Yeah,
before?
you're not, 2 days ago for pain meds, a day ago for your nausea meds.
Okay, so, and I want to talk about that. The biggest issue that I had was pooping. And it wasn't that I was constipated. It wasn't that I felt like I had to poop or anything like that, or that I was having issues, like medical issues doing it. It just, I knew I wasn't pooping. On the 4th day, we talked to the doctor and let him know I haven't had a bowel movement. And of course, I'm barely eating anything, so what am I expect to poop? So they had me take, is it over the counter?
Yeah, it's over the counter.
Magnesium, what is it
Milk
called?
of magnesia.
Milk
Of magnesia.
Milk of magnesia. Oh, that thing is wonderful. I mean, I don't know why people, I've never seen that medicine before. I mean, if people who are constipated, like, they should take that. That's going to solve it. And it's not that I'm constipated. The problem is my intestines are learning. Well, no. They're not frozen. What's the right?
Paralyzed.
They're paralyzed still from all the medication.
And the trauma of the surgery. Everything's swollen. Nothing's working quite right.
So I took that. By the morning, I had pooped already like 2 times. And then the next day, I took it at night again, had a good bowel movement. And then the next day, that was, when did we take that, start that?
Day 4, so
5, 6, 7, that's about right. I think I took it 3 days. And then yesterday, I didn't take it at all, and I had a regular bowel movement without it. Today, I had a regular bowel movement without. So that's the biggest thing. Now that I'm able to have regular bowel movements, everything's going perfect. I can eat what's on my diet.
Yeah.
Liquids, I can fit a lot more, which is giving me energy, and I have bowel movements. Those are the key factors to all this in having a successful beginning of the surgery. Yesterday, I was able to go to my son's house, hang out for an hour, went to my dad's house. We were there like 40 minutes. And then came home. I got really tired by then. Came home, didn't go to sleep, but I just wanted to be home and relax.
But I made you take a nap before we left because I knew you weren't going to make it.
Yeah. And then today, woke up late. Woke up around noon. Feeling better, mentally better. I wanted to come out, pick some oranges. So I didn't want them to rot out. At least I can give some away to family and friends. I think that's a good progression of what's to come. I think Monday I'm going to be able to go to work for a couple hours and hang out. I don't even want to say I'm not going to work.
You're just going to check in.
Yeah. Here, I saw something over here. If you can. So yeah, I'll check in on Monday. And
what are you cutting off?
These have like fungus on them.
Oh.
So this week I look forward to gross.
Maybe you shouldn't be bending over like that.
It's fine. What else, Teresa? What can we end this with? Oof.
Your weight loss total as of today?
Weight loss total, 26 pounds, did we say?
Yep. And what was your goal? You have how many more pounds at least for your original goal?
I don't know.
18.
18 more pounds?
To your original goal.
My original goal, I want to be 250.
But I think you'll get way less than that.
Yeah. But if I was 250 for the rest of my life,
You'd be content.
I'd be more than content. I'd be happy. And I'm losing my energy now. Did some work here. Gonna go home, go inside, watch some TV.
Drink some water. Some water.
Check this guy out. Chillaxin. This is mazapan. I'm sorry, Malitzin. Malitzin's name is named after
Top. I'm going in.
Conquistador Cortez.
Let's go, guys.
Side chick.
Come on.
Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. Talk to you guys soon.
Come on, children. Let's go.